The doorbell rang. Jordan's mom hurried to answer, and there stood a young woman with long straight hair and a bright smile. "Hi. You must be Kristen," his mom said warmly. "Come in." Kristen stepped inside confidently, her purse hanging from her shoulder. "Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for trusting me." Jordan's father joined them in the living room, standing tall and serious. Beside him, Jordan sat on the couch, arms crossed, clearly unimpressed. "This is our son, Jordan," his mom said. "Please make sure you listen to her." Jordan just stared, silent but defiant. His father's jaw tightened. "Jordan, we've already lost 2 babysitters because of your behavior. Kristen is the 3rd one. If this doesn't work, we'll have no choice but to send you to boarding school." Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. Because here we tell real-life lessons through real and relatable stories. Jordan's eyes widened. "No way. You can't send me there." "Then behave," his father said firmly. Kristen flashed a reassuring smile. "Don't worry. I've always had a way with kids. I'm sure Jordan and I will get along just fine." The parents exchanged hopeful glances. "If you figure out how, maybe you'll have to teach us." His dad chuckled and pulled out some money. "Here's $40. Order food for the 2 of you." Kristen nodded sweetly. "Thank you. I promise, I'll take good care of him." His mom's tone shifted. "And just so we're clear, no shoes in the house, no alcohol, and absolutely no friends over." "Of course," Kristen said with a bright smile. "I completely understand." The parents kissed Jordan goodbye and left, repeating one last warning for him to behave. The moment the door clicked shut behind them, Kristen's fake smile melted. She tossed her bag onto the couch, kicked off her shoes with a sigh, then slipped them right back on with a smirk. Jordan frowned. "You're not supposed to have shoes on in the house." Kristen rolled her eyes and pulled a small bottle from her purse. Jordan gasped. "Is that alcohol?" "My mom said no drinking." Kristen's sweet voice vanished. "Pipe down, brat. Here's how this is gonna work. You do what I say and we won't have a problem." Jordan sat up straighter, fire in his eyes. "No. You heard my dad. If this doesn't work out, I'll get sent away. But you're the one who needs to behave, not me." Kristen leaned in close, her tone sharp and cold. "Sit down." Jordan's jaw clenched, but he sank back onto the couch, glaring at her. Moments later, a knock rattled the front door. Kristen's eyes lit up and she hurried over. A tall young man stood there holding a coffee cup. "Hey babe," he grinned. Kristen's face lit up. "Chris, come in." Jordan jumped to his feet. "Wait, you can't. My mom said no friends allowed." Kristen smirked. "Relax. He's not my friend. He's my boyfriend." Chris chuckled, stepping inside. "So this is the kid who's been giving you trouble?" Kristen rolled her eyes. "Big time. He's been nothing but attitude." Chris handed her the cup. "Extra caramel, just the way you like it." Kristen beamed, sipping it. You know me too well. Actually, I could use something stronger." "You bring anything?" Chris shook his head. "Not this time. But I know where we can grab some." Kristen's eyes sparkled. "Perfect. Let's go." Jordan shot forward. "Wait, you're leaving me? You can't just leave me alone." Kristen whipped around, annoyed. "Then you're coming with us. Hand me your tablet." Jordan's grip tightened. "Why?" Kristen snatched it from his hands. "Because I know how sneaky you are. No recordings." Jordan glared, but with no choice followed them out the door. The car rumbled through dark streets until it rolled into a nearly empty parking lot. The dim glow of a single flickering lamp cast long eerie shadows across the cracked asphalt. Kristen drummed her fingers on the steering wheel impatiently, her coffee cup now half empty. Chris leaned back in the passenger seat, scrolling through his phone. In the back seat, Jordan sat rigid, his arms folded tight against his chest. His eyes darted nervously around the lot. Kristen caught his gaze in the rearview mirror and snapped, "Not. Word. You got it?" Jordan clenched his jaw and looked away. Chris straightened, scanning the shadows. "He should be here any second." Jordan frowned. "Who are we even meeting?" "Shut it," Kristen hissed, her voice sharp. "One more word and you'll regret it." Suddenly, headlights flared in the distance. Another car crawled toward them, then rolled to a stop beside Kristen's. A tall man stepped out, hood pulled over his head, hands stuffed in his pockets. His presence was enough to make Jordan's stomach drop. "There he is," Chris muttered. Kristen rolled down her window, flashing a grin. "Took you long enough. You got the stuff." The man's eyes flicked to the back seat. His brow furrowed. Who's the kid? Kristen waved it off. Ignore him. Just some brat I'm babysitting. Jordan leaned forward, his voice trembling but loud. That's the money my mom gave you for food. You can't do this. Kristen spun in her seat, her eyes like daggers. Sit back and shut your mouth. The dealer's gaze lingered on Jordan. This feels messy. Chris stepped in, his tone firm. We're good. You got the bag. After a long pause, the dealer pulled a small package from his jacket. Kristen's eyes lit up as she snatched it, quickly slipping folded cash into his hand. Pleasure doing business, she said smoothly. Jordan's fists clenched. When my parents find out you're finished, I'm telling them everything. Kristen leaned close, her voice icy, every word sharp enough to cut. No, you won't. Because if you open your mouth, I'll make sure your parents believe me, and you'll be shipped off to boarding school faster than you can blink. Nobody will believe a spoiled little brat over me. Jordan froze, his throat tightening. Chris glanced back, smirking. Smart choice, kid. Keep quiet. Kristen tucked the bag into her purse, her smile returning. Perfect. Let's go. She revved the engine, pulling out of the lot while Jordan sat in the back seat, heart pounding, silently vowing, they're not getting away with this. Kristen lounged on the couch, curled up against Chris, sipping her caramel drink while he scrolled through his phone. Jordan sat across the room, arms crossed, glaring. His stomach growled loud enough to make Kristen glance over. Can you at least order me something to eat? I'm starving, Jordan muttered. Kristen smirked. Make it yourself. I don't know how. Not my problem. She leaned back, kicking her feet up. Jordan clenched his jaw but said nothing. Instead, his mind raced. He remembered hearing Kristen earlier, her hushed voice on the phone whispering, "Come by later, babe. I'll text you when." At the time, he thought little of it. But now, as Kristen pulled Chris toward the bedroom, leaving her phone carelessly on the couch, the opportunity was too perfect to ignore. The door clicked shut. Jordan's eyes darted to the phone. His heart pounded. Slowly, he crept across the room, snatched it, and unlocked it. No passcode. Typical. He scrolled until he found the message thread with someone saved as Dave Redhart. A wicked grin tugged at his lips. Jordan typed quickly, mimicking Kristen's tone. Come over now. Can't wait to see you, winking face, bring pizza. He dropped the phone back exactly where it was and slipped into his seat just as Kristen's laughter echoed faintly from the bedroom. Minutes later, a knock rattled the door. Jordan's face lit up with anticipation. Kristen frowned, stepping out of the room, adjusting her hair. Who could that be? I didn't order anything. She opened the door. Dave stood there, tall and smiling, a pizza box in his hands. Hey babe. Missed you. Kristen froze. Dave? Chris's head shot up from the couch, eyes narrowing. Babe? Jordan leaned forward, feigning innocence. Wait, you have another boyfriend? Dave's eyes flicked past Kristen, landing squarely on Chris. His smile vanished. Who's that? Chris stood slowly, his fists balling. The better question is, who the hell are you? The air grew heavy, tension thick enough to choke on. Jordan leaned back, satisfied. The stage was set. Dave's eyes darkened as he stepped inside, pizza box still in his hands. Kristen, what's going on? Who is this guy? Chris rose from the couch, chest heaving. Don't play dumb. I'm her boyfriend. Dave blinked, stunned. Boyfriend? I'm her boyfriend. Kristen's face flushed as she threw her hands up. Wait, everyone calm down. I can explain. Explain what? Chris snapped. His voice cracked with betrayal. That you've been stringing us both along? Dave shoved the pizza box into her chest, his jaw tight. So all those late-night calls, all those I miss yous, was that just a lie? Kristen's voice trembled. No, it's not like that. You both mean different things to me. Chris brings me coffee, Dave brings me food. It works. Chris's face hardened. That's not love. That's using people. Dave shook his head in disgust. I thought you cared about me. I thought you respected me. Kristen reached out desperately. Please don't leave. I love you both. Don't touch me, Chris barked, jerking away. His eyes glistened, hurt breaking through his anger. I thought you were different, Kristen. But you're just fake. Dave turned for the door, his voice cold. We're done. For good. Chris grabbed his jacket and followed, glaring at her one last time. You had something real and you ruined it. Don't ever call me again. The door slammed behind them. Kristen stood frozen, pale and speechless, clutching the pizza box like it was the only thing holding her together. The silence was deafening, until a small chuckle broke it. Jordan leaned back on the couch, a smug grin spreading across his face. Wow, that was better than TV. He tilted his head innocently. Want me to text boyfriend number 3? Kristen's head snapped toward him, her face twisted with rage. Her voice was low, trembling with fury. You little brat, you'll regret this. Kristen paced the living room, fuming. The pizza box sat abandoned on the table, untouched. Jordan, however, lounged back on the couch, calm and collected, almost enjoying the silence. Moments later, the front door opened. Jordan's parents stepped inside, smiling after their evening out. Kristen, the mother greeted warmly. How did everything go? I hope Jordan wasn't too much trouble. Kristen plastered on her sweetest smile. Oh, he was awful. Truly. He stole the food money, tried to hit me, and then spent the rest of the night lying about me. Honestly, I don't know how you deal with him. Jordan's father frowned, turning to his son. Is this true, Jordan? Jordan sat up quickly, his voice firm. No. She's lying. Kristen gasped in mock offense. Me? Lying? That's rich. You already told me he's a problem child. No one will believe him. The parents exchanged worried looks, already leaning toward Kristen's side. But then Jordan smirked. You're right. You did take my tablet so I couldn't record you. But you forgot something. Kristen's smile faltered. What are you talking about? Jordan raised his wrist slowly, revealing his smartwatch. This was recording everything. His father took the watch and tapped the screen. Kristen's voice filled the room, crystal clear. No recordings. If you open your mouth, I'll make sure you end up in boarding school for the rest of your childhood. And nobody will believe a word you say. The mother's eyes widened. Is that your voice, Kristen? Kristen froze, her face draining of color. Wait, I can explain. But before she could finish, a sharp knock rattled the door. Jordan's father opened it to find 2 police officers standing outside. Good evening, one said firmly. We received a report that someone here may be in possession of illegal substances. Kristen's hands shook. I don't know what you're talking about. Jordan pointed calmly at her purse. Check in there. One of the officers reached inside and pulled out a small plastic bag. His expression hardened. You're coming with us. Kristen's voice cracked as she begged. No. I'm a good babysitter, I swear. This isn't what it looks like. The officers cuffed her and began leading her out as she thrashed and cried. Jordan's mother turned to him, eyes softening with guilt. Oh, sweetheart, we're so sorry we didn't believe you. His father sighed, shaking his head. You were telling the truth the whole time. Jordan smiled faintly, the weight lifting off his shoulders. It's okay. I understand. Then his stomach growled, breaking the tension. But, can we please eat now? I'm starving. His parents laughed, hugging him tight. Anything you want, son. You've earned it. In the end, lies never last. And no matter how small you are, the truth will always give you strength. Minutes later, a knock rattled the door. Jordan's face lit up with anticipation. Kristen frowned, stepping out of the room, adjusting her hair.